You see, to have these prophecies and how the Jews who were being given, the Old Covenant was given to the Jews, for them to recognize the Messiah, God gave them clues. And that's what you see from the book of Genesis all the way through Malachi. You see different clues that God gives about how you will recognize Messiah, what his life will be like, and what he will do. Now, as there are literally over 250 or so of these prophecies, about 80 major ones, what is fascinating is this, that for somebody to be born, for one person to be born and fulfill all of these, that's quite an amazing miracle. You see, back in the 1990s, mathematicians and some physicists were working, trying to figure out what's the odds of impossibility. Now, as I used to work in fisheries genetics, and did research and wrote a master's thesis and stuff on all of this, we would constantly use, and as a teacher, when I used to teach AP biology, we would do some probability experiments and stuff. And how do you know if something is impossible? Well, in the 1990s, they calculated what is impossibility. And it's when you have the odds, like if you're going to flip a coin, and you flip a coin like, it's a two-sided coin, a heads and a tail, and you flip it and it turns up heads, and you flip it again, turns up heads. Whoa, we got two heads in a row. Or if you flip it a third time, whoa, it came up heads again. They did. That's talking about probability, and they figured out that when you get to the odds of something happening where it's 1 to 10 to the 50th power, and that's a scientific notation. 10 to the 50th power is a 1 followed by 50 zeros. I have no idea what you even call that number, but 1 with 50 zeros behind it. Anything beyond that is considered scientifically impossible. In other words, you could take a coin, flip it in the air, let it come down apparently at random, and as it hits and it comes up, say heads. And if you flip this coin 100 times and 100 times, and it's a normal coin, there's nothing wrong with it, it came up 100 times as heads, you would almost think, well, that's like really impossible. It's not. It is scientifically possible. Even if you flip it 1,000,000 times and every time it comes up head. Now, yes, that is highly improbable, but it's not impossible. When you get to 10 to the 50th power, there's where science says, okay, now we've reached the end of improbability and we've gone to impossibility. Well, people have calculated what's the odds of one person being born and fulfilling the Old Testament prophecies of the suffering Messiah. And it's fascinating what they came up with, that the odds of one person fulfilling all these prophecies is 1 to the 10 to the 250th power. Did you get that? That's a 1 with 250 zeros behind it. I have no idea what you would call a number like that. But that's the odds. Thus, for someone to be born, if you followed now, for someone to be born that could fulfill all of that's one person to fulfill all of these Old Testament prophecies is scientifically impossible. But we're talking about God. God is famous for doing the impossible. Thus, this is a miracle that Jesus does that people don't even recognize, that fulfilling all these prophecies. And in doing so, he is proving, again, that he truly is the Messiah.
Thanks for tuning in, and thank you to our donors who make this program possible. Evidence for Faith is a 501c3 nonprofit ministry based in the USA. You can support this broadcast by donating online using the links in the description, and don't forget to leave us a comment, a review, likes, and shares to feed the algorithm and help others find this content. Thanks again, and we'll see you on the next episode.